Hello, today is January the 9th, 2014. We are welcoming you to the Open Yoga class. We are at the wonderful place Rasa Spa in Latvia, and my name is Eugenie Rasa. I am yoga instructor of the International Open Yoga University, and I am also working on the project of the Open Yoga class in English. You can find all our materials on yoga and also this material on the first and the second yoga principle on our website yogaopenyoga.com. And if you wish, you can check my website, that is eugenierasta.com. As I just mentioned, today we are talking about the first and the second yoga principles. We have reviewed some organizational questions, and we are approaching to the very interesting topics closer and closer to yoga. And we follow the principles of yoga, and that's why the small introductory part for yoga classes to find out if it's for you or not. And we are starting the material here on yoga. If you are interested in yoga, then you will probably have found some time to check on the Google or type in the question, what is yoga? Have you done it? Maybe some of you have, some haven't, or just have typed yoga and have probably received several answers from many different schools. Of course, it depends on the language you type in. If you type it in English, you'll get one answer. If I type in Latvian, you'll get other answers. Russians will get other answers. And but they will probably be more or less similar. Some will be telling that yoga is kind of fitness and only reviewing physical aspects. Some will say it's a philosophical teaching. Some will take it's something of a lifestyle. Some will say blah 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 blah. So giving so many unknown words that you will have no clue what it is all about. And when I'll tell you our definition for a first moment, you might also be confused, because I will say that yoga is a system of self-exploration that follows the first and the second principle. That's it. What does it mean? So the system of self-exploration. Well, so we are studying ourselves, but medicine is also studying people. Is yoga, is medicine yoga? Or if it's some kind of in the sports, we also try to bring up to the extreme limits of a human. Does it say that it means that it is yoga? So what are these first two principles? The first principle is telling us don't harm any living being unless it is absolutely necessary. Or if it's not possible, then follow your duty. Also, other simple words, but the meaning is very deep, and with every day studying this principle, you will see the many different aspects of it. So this principle is also called Ahimsa principle, or principle of super logic in our life, because there is no kind of logical reason telling us that you have to be kind. But this is also the principle of kindness. And you would say, well, why don't we say don't harm at all? Would be great, right? Yes and no, because it's non-realistic. Even now, when I'm talking, I am breathing. It means I breathe in several millions of bacteria, and some part of it is dying, and some again are born. When you say, "Well, I don't harm anybody," well, when you are making a step, you probably will be some small uh, creatures living under your feet, or as oh, I don't harm any animal. I don't eat meat, or I don't eat eggs, or whatever is related to animals. Well, still growing when you are growing the um, necessary things from getting necessary things from jungle or from the rainforests. Somebody's cutting the forest. Some animals lose their homes, and in some way, you will find that you are causing harm to the living beings. And then the second thought on the first principle, when you are trying to help somebody, is it really help, or you might be doing more harm than helping? For example, in Africa, there are a lot of small kids dying uh, because of different diseases, and they say, "Oh, bring them the medicine." When you bring them the medicine, they won't have sufficient amount of food. Doesn't it bring more suffering? Things to think about. And little by little, you implement this principle in your life. Firstly, by remembering it and reminding yourself. And also, there is a very nice meditation giving also the practical already insight in this area, that you devote 5 to 10 minutes uh, for this meditation, and it goes when you take a comfortable position, close your eyes, and focus on your heart area here in the middle of the chest, and you see there a bright light, and you wish happiness to the all living beings whom you love, whom you care, and who love you. So, and then you see the slide spreading to the different directions, reaching these living beings. You also make this wish for the second time. May all living beings are happy. And then you think about all those people whom you don't know or who don't know you. And again, you see this, or imagine, visualize the light going to the different directions. Take this time, and then for the third time, when you make this wish, may all living beings are happy, you wish it to your enemies, or the people who find you to be their enemy. And again, you see the light going from the center of the heart in the different directions. You would say, well, what changes happen? Well, give yourself a week, then 2 weeks with daily practice of 5-10 minutes for the small meditation, and I'll ask you what kind of changes have happened in your life. I've heard a lot of great examples of that, and nobody has kind of stayed without any positive result. So now we have come to the second yoga principle, and it says that don't waste your resources unless they bring you to your goal. This is the principle of Brahmacharya and the principle of logic, and it is very interesting on a way that it doesn't even say what's the goal. Yoga doesn't say that you have to reach enlightenment, or you have to kind of find any other high goal. It says it can be any goal that you set, and you go for it. And before getting engaged in any activity, you just kind of assess, evaluate if it's really taking you where you should be. And if for the first principle we were more working on the meditation, more, some would say that it is passive work, then here you are more active. What you do, you write on the sheet of the paper your plan, your daily plan. What do you do? It's called 5 minutes plan. Probably some of you have heard it. And on this plan, you write down what you did. Well, today I was making a record from this time to this, then I was making and drinking tea, then I was playing with kids, then I was surfing on the internet, searching for some topic or I don't know what I was searching for. I was watching a movie, studying. You write down everything. And also, I was chatting with my friends. I was reading posts on the Twitter. Um, you write everything. And then take a look if there are some kind of time thieves. Isn't it the way that when the work gets a bit more difficult or more stressful, you just find it very interesting to read tweets on Twitter instead of doing your work to the end. So yes, and that's what isn't it that you go a few steps for one goal, few steps for the other, and you are just going from one to another, and not being or jumping all the time to the new things without certain strategy or ways you want to go. Very interesting material, interesting work to do for about week or a month, and then just to give a small analysis on this material. So we remember the first principle of no harm. We try to avoid harming any living being without absolute necessity, or if it's impossible, then we follow our duty, because some professions even take us to heart, like the doctors. They for helping some people, they have to kind of hurt you. You really feel some medical manipulations with you that are not very pleasant, but in many ways they help you. Where the parents uh, love their child very much, but when the child is going from the one store to another asking for a few more toys, you understand that the child don't need them, but child will be kind of dissatisfied. So also a stressful situation. And also, which one of these principles is priority, first or the second, or we should take them as equal principles? Then the yoga says that first things first, and this is the first principle of non-harm, and then the second principle uh, of us being effective and bringing logics in our life and reaching for our goals, whatever these goals are. It is very nice when these two principles are going nicely together, but sometimes our life situation is so difficult that they heavily contradict to each other, and then we have a lot of time to spend on thinking, deciding which way to go and what kind of solution to make. Um, Things to think about, and nobody said that this is going to be easy, but it's good to know these principles. So when you will see, now you will say, somebody will ask if it's medicine yoga, you will say no, actually it's not following always the first and the second principle. And also the sports is not yoga. Yoga is something different. And in our self-exploration, we also try to observe non-harming any living being, including us. And also, we are trying to be effective, and we are making our goals and going to reach them. Okay, In very short words, those were the first and the second principles of yoga. Now we'll be able to go on our next topic about what is yoga, to review it in more detail, reviewing in the ways of the questions and answers. And if you have any questions, please check our website again. That is yogaopenyoga.com, where you will find the contact information. You can register there, or you may just email us the question or your feedback on the materials, and we'll be very happy to answer you. And we'll meet also the next time, as I promised. We will start very long and very interesting topic of what is yoga. So I'll see you the next time, and best wishes to you. May all living beings are happy.